I'm logging on here. Got my flip through for my new journal I just finished. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I love this one so much. Oh, this one's so huge though, you guys. I don't even know how to do it. This one's really big. I've said before, this is the biggest journal I've ever made, but this one's really big. I mean, look, the ruler doesn't even go. So I don't even know how big it is. No, seriously. 12. I mean, the book, 14, but with all the fluff and everything, it's way beyond that. So it's a really big one. I had to make all the pages and everything because it was so huge. And then this way it's, I don't know, 9 3/4. And this way it's like 7 inches high because it's so fluffy. So full. And there's so much work that goes into one of these journals that it's like you can't remember every single thing you do when you do a flip through. Especially these big ones, because you have to construct so many things. I have to call my mom several times. We've got to figure this out. And so it's a hardcover book. And then I made a hidden spine that is cardboard on the inside, 2 layers, and then it's wrapped with the fabric that I used, and then it's glued down with the big flaps, like my mom does. But anyways, and the spine is pretty fat too, actually. It's a really big journal, so it's, let's see, 2-inch spine. And then I did put metal corners on the back and the front. And then it's covered in coffee stain vintage muslin that I got at this old homestead. Oh my gosh, this house was so amazing. But anyways, okay, so I have this old sheet music. I have a lot of sheet music in my shop and stuff, and I just came across this one sheet music that had all these really good illustrations in it. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a journal out of this. So I decided to make a journal out of it. And as I started going, I'm like, I need to just make this a story. And then I got more involved in it. And I guess the guy that wrote these Jenny songs was quite famous, and he started in the 1850s, and I think this book was published in 1929, I think it was. And so, there's just several layers of stuff on here, all kinds of different layers and doilies and stuff. And I sewed all different kinds of edges and inked it up and stuff in little Jenny Dow. And then it does have the metal corners, but you can't really see them because the book is so big. But it does have fluff and stuff on the top. That's really nice. And the metal corners are nice. And then it's got a big, thick, strap to cover it and stuff. Okay. So let's open this up. This one, though, one thing. I'm looking for one thing. Here, hold on. One of my things is falling off here. I need to find a clip. Here it is. I got one. Okay, so because I made this out of a music book, I was making it like a dramatic story, like Gone with the Wind or something, you know what I'm saying? And like a musical, so it's, Very dramatic and stuff like that. Oh. And then I got to thinking, gee, I wonder if the story that I'm telling is right just by the pictures, but I don't think it is. I probably should pull up maybe. Man, this is so big. Let's see if I can fit it into one shot here. Let me look. I gotta wait for my leg here and see if I can even get it. Otherwise, I have to pull this up on my... Let's see. Let me get it just right. Sorry, but I gotta get it just right so we can see, you know, everything. Otherwise, I have to fix my... I didn't realize. I mean, I knew it was big, but... Okay. A little more. There, that's good. Pretty good. I mean, you can't quite see the bottom, but... maybe I'll see how much is cut off here. Man, I gotta raise this up some, I think. Just to get this sucker in there. Well, it's not all the way, but it's better. Okay. We'll try it. Okay, so in the beginning, I always like to do storage, and I always like to do my junk mail storage units. I think they're kind of fun. So I have 4 of my envelopes all stuffed full, and then a pocket right here for stuff. And I just used all the scraps on these that, you know, from making the book and stuff. And they all flip like this. And I'll show you all the stuff. Like, it's pretty cool. So already I gotta move everything. Hold on. There, can we actually see? We can a little bit. There's birdies there. The birdies are cute. And then it's green script. And I coffee stained this and inked the edge and glued down and stuff. And then on the inside, there's, you know, one of my decoupage with Tim Holtz tissue paper and one of my flashcards. I put gesso on, and then I stapled some parchment from the oven when I was coffee staining, and I sewed around with black thread. So that's in there, and then just a little file folder because I like the color of the file folder for the window. So grab your coffee because this is going to be long. And then this is the wallpaper that's from my shop. It's pretty fun. And I just inked it up, sewed around, and put it on my big one. And then these are cute. I made a video for these if you missed them. I think it's Tuck Spot altered paper clips, I think. And it's got a little bulb pin here with good bits and buttons. And this is actually waxed, so that hangs. Then there's a coin roll. And then there's the picture on the front, and then pull this out and it unfolds. Piece of paper there for writing. So that's a fun clip. And I love the vintage wallpaper, and there's like map tags and different stuff on the inside. And then Tim Holtz wallpaper. So I guess once I get to this page, I'll tell you what the deal is here. So this is Jenny Dow. This is her, this is like the story of her parents. Okay, that little girl in the front. And she's looking lovingly at her home right there. And this is on the Mississippi River. And this is where she lives. And she's looking at her house from, you know, a little play spot she's got across the way there. Okay, just so we're getting this. Okay, so here's the Tim Holtz wallpaper, and a glassine bag, the envelope. These are in my shop, and I coffee stained it and then put some shiny stuff on it. Cute little Tsunami Rose little folder. Cute. And my dress stamp. And just some roses and pretty ephemera. And this is inked up and sewed all the way around. And there's, like I said, tags and different stuff on the inside there. And then I like these to fall a certain way so that you can see them all. And so that creates a space sometimes in between. And so this worked out nicely because in between the space here fits 2 of my glassine bags, which I love those. They're in my shop. And so I just put some vintage lace there. I have some really good vintage lace there now with tags inside here. And this is like glaze and stuff. I watched a Tim Holtz video for this one. So that was fun. And then, like I said, I have some really good vintage lace there. And then just, you know, lace and bits and sewing and stuff. And here's the little flip up on an altered index card video. I have one if you missed it. And then this is also a musical, so it's got like music stuff in it, different music stuff in it. And then this is just cute little envelope, little tuck spot right there. This goes here. Ribbon from my shop and buttons and Tsunami Rose little flowers. Cute, cute, cute. And then this is just a little stamp collector pocket I made. It's cream color cardstock, tracing paper, and then brown thread to make the little pockets. So it's got little bits inside here. And then just flowers, little bingo cards. I don't know the question, but love is definitely the answer. This is kind of a love story. You know me and my romance. I always have to have romance in my books. Hi, Laurel. Glad you could make it. I know it's late. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait till morning. I wanted to do it. I'm finished, so I appreciate you coming over. And so clipped right here is, this is a map ruffle. It's actually an envelope. I'll show you when we spin it over. And then just, this is yellow text with white letters in the background. I think that's so pretty. And then this is one of my envelopes here. I'm kind of obsessed with envelopes, so I really love them. I did a lot of work just on this one envelope, you know. It's got the Tim Holtz map stamp on it, and vintage stamps are from my shop, and this is a rub-on and just my stamps I have, and it has amber ink over the top, and I coffee stained it on the dot pan, and just, you know, on and on with it. You know what I mean? I'm obsessed with envelopes, as you can plainly see. And then it just has Tsunami Rose little ephemeras, cuties inside, right? And I had it hanging here like this somehow. I forget what I had, but you know one of these ways it goes. And so, well, let me move it now that I did that. So then here's some more of that yellow paper from the front. And then I just sewed around the edge, and then I made a tuck spot and put some of these coffee stained cardstock little things from my stamp collection that you can just use, write on, glue in, tabs, you know, bookmark, whatever you wanna do. Okay. And then this is the last envelope. I left it plain because I love the coffee staining. I put one of my flowers on here, and you can see through. And I just love this book. It turned out so good. I just love it. You know, sometimes you make journals and it just goes together so well. I just love how everything looks. These are Tsunami Rose little tags that I sewed around. They're like vintage style. They're sitting down to eat, and so that's kind of fun. And then I put brown paper on the back from my shop and inked it up, and black thread. And this is just coffee stained white text and some of that vintage trim again, and then I sewed around, ripped and sewed around. And then this is from Vintage, obviously, magazine. That's Vintage Dishes. I love that because they're sitting down to eat, see. And then we got a family sitting on the porch. It's a regular vintage photo from my shop. I left it kind of a tuck spot. This is really delicate paper. It's just going to fall apart. And a rose, little rosy ephemera. I think it's tsunami rose. And then a big piece of lace back here. And this is actually on another wax bag. And on the inside of that is some really good old vintage paper. Look at the color and you can like hear it, you know, it's practically cloth, you know. And there's some pencil writing on it. I love that. And then on the inside of this was junk mail that we redid. I think I did a video on it. I can't remember, maybe not. But just junk mail that I covered up with pretty paper and her, and this is the tracing paper and flowers and stuff. And one of the Seven Gypsies fans, and you can write back here, and then a doily for the spine, and then black thread and stuff. And another says, what is on the inside counts, and these are all from a 1920s magazine. Punch the edge here, and that flips open, and pretty Seven Gypsies rub-ons, and then my pink paper from my shop, and then I sewed and inked up and stuff, and I did it on the dot pan. So this is perfume bottle, so I tried to make this as feminine as I can. You know me, I like my girly stuff. So that's that, and I just love this whole thing. Can't stand it. Oh, I love it. All right, so the story goes like this. And so this is Steamboat Willie, and he lives on the Mississippi River in the little house there, and he plays in a band, and on the steamboat that goes up and down the Mississippi River. He plays music on the band, and people come and take tours from all over the world and have lunch and stuff on the boat, and he just plays music, and it goes up and down the Mississippi River. And then this is actually a piece from the book that this all came from. And it's actual history, because I really like that about the Jenny songs. These are Jenny songs, and she's on the front, Jenny Dow, and just some history about the guy, and Stephen Foster is the guy, and how kind of famous he was. And when this was published, his first songs were published in 1862, and it just goes on and on talking about that stuff. And it's a glassine bag for my shop, and it just flips up like that. And then there's another one of my decoupaged gesso and stuff, and I sewed and inked and stuff, and then it's got matte medium on the top. You know, flashcards. Can't think of a word, you know, sometimes. So anyways, I love this. And then I made these two down here. You can tuck stuff in there. I didn't put anything in there because I don't want to mess up the picture. So but I like this because it's kind of like his collar, you know, so it's kind of cool. I know it's tough to see. You can't hardly see it, can you? Let me see if I can see. I mean, a little bit, but you get what I'm doing here. I'll try to move it up a little bit so you can see. But anyway, the pages are really nice and thick, and I like how it's stacked here on the edges with the sewing, and it's ripped and stuff right here on the edge, and so it's just really nice, you know. And I'm trying to show you the bottom, darn it. It's hard. I thought you could maybe see it better, but you can't. Very good. I love this. It's pink and green, my favorite. I gotta wait and see when the page turns where I'm at, because I still don't see it because of the lag. But, oh, dang, you can't hardly see it. Let me move this over. Gosh, dang, this book is so big. Look, there's a little envelope up here, and it's clipped on, and it opens up and folds out for a little writing spot, okay? All these pages I had to make because they're so big that I had to make Franken pages. And so these pages are really neat because they have like hidden things in them. So this one is an envelope that's sewed right in. So that's really neat. And then vintage pages and scrappy stuff and my pink paper from my shop. And it's all been ripped and inked and sewn and, you know, put together so it all fits. And then that's die cut from Tsunami Rose. And then one of my little boots, because I have some shoes here, and one of my little pink envelopes, and it just has goodies inside, you know, goodies, ripped up paper. And I love the sewing and the pink and green. It's just so pretty. I love it. And I punched right here and inked along the edge. This is gorgeous. It's a Stamperia. It's a green background with roses, so it's all pink right here. And then the Tim Holtz stamp again. So he's from Kentucky, just saying, because I forgot that part. But he travels, you know, up and down the Mississippi River, and the maps will come in here in a little while, you'll see. But anyway, there's little note cards. I sewed around with some white thread and little roses and ink and stuff and ink. So that's really pretty. I love that. And like I said, there's a little envelope up here. You can't hardly see it. And there's some white cheesecloth in the back. And then this pulls open like this. So you have all this fun spot to write on with the green paper. I love that. Really fun. And then there's, you know, these big clips and all these fuzzies hanging over, which I love. This page is really pretty. I love it so much because this is olive green and rose beige in my shop, the seam binding. And this is more junk mail. And I have a new slot, so I slot punch. So I put slots in here and then put it like this, so it's kind of like swingy. Brown paper on the back. And so this is decoupage with this napkin. I love it. And it matches. It actually, you can actually put this, I think. I'll show you. It matches this. You can actually put it in this, but we'll see. I'll show you in 1 second when we get there. And so anyways, pink and brown paper. And then this is sewn into. It's a really beautiful embossed coffee stained card. It's really pretty, and I inked the edge and stuff, and it opens up and it's sewed in. It's really pretty. Cheryl Williams got me some of those. I love it so much, and it's ripped on the edge here, so it's all, you know, vintage looking and stuff. I love that. Okay, this one, can't stand how pretty this is. This is a Stamperia little, I think it's princesses, I think it's called. I love it. But anyway, it's ridiculous. It's so pretty. And I've got some tabs here. There's a video on this. It's one of my, I think it was wallet or pocketbooks. I think it was pocketbooks, my pocketbook video. Anyways, vintage laces galore, because you know I have a whole bunch of good ones in my shop. And there's a white lace back here, a pink lace, and then a brown cheesecloth, and then gorgeous. Don't even have to go there with that. And then there's two tabs because this opens up two ways. It flips open this way and it flips open this way. So this way goes like this, and lace flip up and seam binding for my shop, gorgeous. And the same for this here. All this stuff's in my shop. Tiffany & Company stamp. Love it. And then I reinforce the hole up here with the wallpaper. And then it's a huge pocket with these really pretty tags. I mean, I like them. These really pretty. These, they match, you know. I love it so much. It's so pretty. And then there's the vintage lace. And then I put the wooden buttons, and then all the good cheesecloth, the pink and the brown together, and the olive green and this rose beige and the lace. I'm just dying. And then I used a rose gold bulb pin, so I'm just in love. Coffee stain paper on the back. And then this is all sewn around with black thread on this one. So this is gorgeous to me. I just love it. Oh, I'm obsessed with it. So pretty. Okay, and then it opens this way, and there's little tabs with the roses. And then there's this big pocket right here, which this will fit inside. But I like to show it, so you can leave it here or put it inside, whatever, but it does fit. That's what I made it for. And then one of the gals sent me a die cut, and then glove fitting corset with the parasol. It's from the corset, and she's got a parasol. So pretty. And then I don't know if you can see, but I reinforced the hole there with the sheet, with the music paper. And then again with the pretty tag. I'm pulling it out and showing you because it's gorgeous. I love it. Really pretty. So another decoupage. I love it with all the fuzz on top again. Wooden button again. So pretty. I love it. How they all match. Gorgeous. And then this is a neat page because the top, so it has a lot of fluff right there. That's a lot of bulk. And then the top is actually a envelope that's sewed right in there like that. And there's another tag inside here. That's kind of fun. Coffee stain on the back with the doily. Slot punches on all these tags. Vintage lace, pink and cream. Wooden buttons, white cheesecloth, and then I put tracing paper over a vintage magazine ad with the corset. This is all about corsets. And it's just got text and, you know, and then I put some pink shimmery stuff on there so it kind of is glistening a little bit. So it slides in there and hangs out the back, however you want to do it. We could just let it hang off the back and rip this off too. I was actually thinking about doing that because I don't know. If you try to shut it, then it looks like that. I don't know. So we might just end up ripping it off. But anyway, there's several different layers of paper here, and it just looks yummy with the sewing and stuff. So here he is, Steamboat Willie. He fell in love with one of the passengers. And her name is Jeannie with the light brown hair. And here he is with his top hat. He's known for his top hat. And he's serenading her because he plays all the string instruments. And she's from Paris. And so she's very beautiful and elegant. And he's not used to that. You know, he's from Kentucky. And of course, Kentucky girls are beautiful too. But you get what I'm meaning. So, you know. So she's from France. And she came over to visit, and she was touring, and she's taken the cruise down the Mississippi River up and down, and she's seen him playing in the band on the boat. And there's a tuck spot here. I didn't put anything in it because this is so fat I can't even fit anything, but you can, you know, put your own stuff in there. So anyways, he's playing music, serenading her, asking her to marry him. So this is a neat paper too because it's got coffee stained and it's ripped on the edge. This is a vellum piece on the inside, and it's got stuff hanging over from the other side and sewing and stuff. So it's neat so you can see through. So here's where they're getting engaged. Says you better put a ring on it. That's a rub-on, 7 Gypsies. Here's the ring. Vintage lace right here. This is actually a sleeve to an 1800s wedding dress. And wedding dress satin. Here she is, and here he is in love with her and stuff. And here's the ring. And then she's from Paris. And then here's a vintage photo of a guy in a top hat with an old car, and he's getting ready to go get married or have an engagement party or something. Civil marriage license and some more of that vintage trim. And then this is actually a vintage envelope that holds photos, so it's pretty neat. Old envelope and a rusty clip up there. So I love this page because I love this sleeve to that wedding dress. It's really beautiful. It's my last piece I have of this vintage wedding dress, so I'm just dying because it's my last piece. So I have to, you know me, sneak in weddings wherever I can. Somehow I always manage to get a page or two of weddings in my books. So here's the wedding page. I love these little vintage little wedding cards. Aren't they cute? I love them. They're just so pretty. I love how they just, all the color and stuff that they use, you know. You can open this. It's just glued. There we go. To write in if you wanted. Beautiful wedding dress lace right here. And this is a vintage stamp I love so much. And then a little marriage thing. And it's a pocket to put stuff. And then this is gorgeous. This is actual vintage wedding dress. And then there's some more vintage lace on the top, and then I tied this little bow. This is reclaimed, and I sewed some fancy stitches around. And then something for your wedding. Look at the wedding bells. Oh my gosh, I just love this so much. It just makes me so happy with the glitter. It's just so pretty. I love it. And then another one of my things, because they're tall and I love the gesso and they're big. I made them all for this book. You know, and they're real long. These pages are so big. And there's white thread sewing and ripped and inked edges. Oh, and they're singing, "Here Comes the Bride." And I got stamped sheet music up there, and I stacked my glassine bags right here. You can get these in my shop, distressed or plain. And then I layered on 2 different kinds of wedding dress lace and then a wedding dress applique for this one. And then this one I made all kinds of pretty with velvet and some sparkle and some different kinds of different laces and pretty sewing. Coffee stained on the back, slot punches on all these tags. So that one's just really pretty, you know. And then just different stuff, you know, little tags, cutie ones, you know. Pretty. This one has a France scene on it, you know. This one's cute with buttons and such. And then this is a really pretty one I made. I just stamped the keys, text and the keys and remember, and then I inked it up, and then I glued down tracing paper over the top. I like to do that sometimes because it gives it a texture and I don't know, it's something different. Then I did a fancy stitch, coffee stain on the back, and then I glistened it up with some silver, you can kind of see it, silver stuff. And then vintage doily and some really pretty, I think these are Jenny and Company wedding stickers, and then a wedding card that I made into a tuck spot, and it opens up and it has, can write here, and then the vellum beautiful ribbon, wishing you a lifetime of love and happiness, vellum piece, really nice. Another spot to write, fancy stitches again, and then my regular zigzag, and then ripped edge, really pretty. I got to sneak in my wedding. This is the last one, the last wedding page. I got 3 wedding pages in this one. So this is really neat because it's an actual vintage wedding. I mean, obviously photo, and it's big, so not very often I get to use these. So I just put in some parchment on the side, stapled it in, folded it over, so it's just kind of like a little sleeve. So you can put stuff there, and then behind there is some punched out coffee stained paper in the back so you can write. Pretty. And then she's got the gloves on, these gloves, so I had to put this in here, satin vintage wedding glove. And then somewhere I found this buckle, it's cardstock. And then I just, there was a hole there, so I punched it in. This is actually real lamb leather. Smells so good. And then the trumpets are playing for their, well, I don't think that's a trumpet, French horn for their wedding and stuff. So that's really fun. I love that part. So it's like a belly band. This creates a lot of bulk. You could take it out too, you know, so you don't have, so it's not so bulky, but you don't have to. This I love. This page took me like a whole day. It's fun though. So this is a cute little thing. It's just a piece of paper, lace tab, doily, and a little card, but it opens up like this. And it has a tag inside, so you can write inside there. And then I made it a tuck spot, so I put some vintage cards in the back in here, and then it's a ripped edge sewn with black thread. Wallpaper pocket, and then a tidbits belly band, bunch of different laces, and this is a cute little pin with a, I don't know, it's got a little coil so you can put something in there, you know. And then I put a little cameo there. And then I put a couple more of those little cards, you know, because you can fit them here too. If you want to put them there, you can. You can put them here, whatever. And then I made another little corset, little tags. She's got a corset on, tracing paper, and this is wedding dress satin, vintage ad about corsets. And then, so I just tucked that in the belly band. Oh, I better put some more glue on there. Let me find my glue before I forget. Sometimes it doesn't like to stick on the wallpaper, so you gotta watch out. And then I put too much stuff in there, you know. So we better watch out. Doesn't even look like I glued it. I might have just laid it there and forgot. But it's supposed to be belly band. I must have laid it there and forgot. Did I glue this side? Yeah. I didn't glue this side. So this is cute. And then, so the flowers, I pulled over from this side to bring them over here. And then I put in another time card and then like this other little file that kind of fits around too. It's kind of neat, just a vintage thing. And then again with the two bags stacked up because I had a space here because this flips out. And this is a tracing paper little tablet that you can, and this is 7 Gypsies. And then there's just stuff around, you know, and the flowers are the same over here. And I had it clipped just so that it doesn't fly away because this opens like this. Another time card in here. So you have all this writing space, and then it opens like this. So flip-flop and everything, right? So I just had this so that these don't fly too much. So a corset, Duchess corset, and then they both have tucks in the back. You can put things, because I didn't glue them all the way down. That's why they're kind of up like this. So you can put stuff in the back. And then I made a couple cute little corset girls. Pink and green, my favorite, with coffee stained on the back. And this is the berry sari from my shop, pink and green. I love that pink, it's really nice. I think it's called berry because it's kind of got different colors in it and stuff. So anyways, love this page. I love it so much. Another little green little tag. So cute. And I love the layers. I know it's tough to see, but I love the layers. This is white thread and this is black thread. Just all the layers of paper and stuff. I just think this is pretty. Very pretty. I like this page too. I'm looking, waiting to watch for my leg here. Let's see. So this is some really neat paper that I found. It's really old and like really clothy, and I had holes already punched in it, so I just put the string in and put vintage right there. And then here's a couple more of those cute little things, whatever these are, little filey things. So you can tuck stuff in here, you can do this. They fit right here too. So you can put them in this way, you know, and put this down here, however you want to do it, you know, whatever you want to do. And then always and forever, because right now, you know, they just got engaged, they're getting married, and so, you know, she's got all this stuff, you know. And this is really cute. It's got a thing on the top, and this is a belly band that has the rose paper there. That's pretty. So this opens, cute little tucky with the tabbies sewn around with white thread. A little tuck spots here with the with the banners and little tag and flip ups. Cute. Cute. I love that. I love this page. It's really pretty. Little banner. That's so cute. And then this side is brown paper. It's black thread. So it's brown paper and it's got a tuck spot, top tuck here. And I made kind of like a checkbooky thing with some papers and like checks and stuff on the top here. What did I do? Did I not glue this down either? Oh, I see. My staples missed it. Well, it's a good god dang thing. How many times do you go through a journal, you know? I have been through this journal so many times. And you miss it, you know? All right, let me get it. You want to get the papers in there. You gotta get it. There. All right, so this is Bank of Chattanooga. I don't know, but it's really neat. And then I just put like some other Checky book stuff underneath. I like all the ephemera, you know. I like to put as much ephemera in my books as I can. And then these are, oh, for criminy sakes. I didn't. I did. I just stapled my ephemera to... Dang it. I just stapled it in there, you guys. Oh, well, I'll dig it out after. So it's supposed to be 2 little pages like this with the tabs on. This one, I'm just going to have to rip it because it's got some really good stamps on it. There. It was just on the very edge. Denmark stamps. And this one is, yeah, Czechoslovakia stamps. Yep, and it's got the little tabs on the side. I love that. And then a vintage envelope. Little stuffies done on the dot pan. So I just like all the ephemera and stuff. It's fun to have all that stuff brown paper. Ooh, this is pretty. I love the corset or the dress form. And then one of the gals made this, and it's Paris and stuff, and she's got a corset on, and it's all rosy, and it's Julie J. So I had to put this in here because it matches and everything. And all the pages, like I said, are all made and fashioned together. Look at the scraps in here, and they're all ripped and sewn and inked, and this is a pocket, and April in Paris, it says, and there's a bunch of different musical instruments on there. Coffee stained envelope. I love this. It's so pretty. Love that. And then I love this too. It's just script stamp on some glossy paper. It's fun. And then here's where the story starts getting the tragedy part of the story, part of the musical. She's sad and he's leaving. France is at war, so he's going off to war and leaving her behind. Ripped edge here, I love that. So there's a couple just pages of sheet music here with ripped edges and sad stories about him leaving. Comrades fill no glass for me. So here he comes in, he's going up the back stairs, sad because he's leaving and going off to war, and these guys are down having drinks in the motel that they're staying in, and that he's going up to see Jeannie is upstairs, you know, in the window, remember, in the front. So he's going up to her room to say goodbye, and he's sad. And so then I just put some, these are kind of like manly things, I don't know, coffee stained and gessoed and, you know, inked up and stuff, and just kind of plainish to go with this side. And this is fun. I love making pages with scraps. So I put these all together, ripped them all, inked them all, sewed it all, and then I put clear gesso over the top so it has that gritty feel. And I just love it. And then right here, there's a bag sandwiched in between the middle of the pages. So there's another one of these, like, weird kind of tags, you know, with the gesso and stuff on them. It's coffee stained and inked up and stuff. So I just left this because you can write right here and up here with a different kind of pen, and just kind of fun. I love it. And then I did this side the same way. I left this one too. It's all been clear gessoed, and I just love the way it all looks with all the scraps and everything. And then here he is going off to war and left her and the dog behind. So it's like sad. And then there's a big pocket right here if you want to put something in between. If you want to put something in there, you can. So here he is going off to war. They're marching into battle. This is wallpaper page with the tuck spot here. And then it's got brown paper on the back. It's all sewn and inked and stuff. Huge journaling card. And then on this side, it's big flip up right here. And then some more of those gessoed, paper-backed, coffee-stained stuff. And then Willie has gone to war, it says. And then I started putting in 1940s war propaganda, Nazi stuff, and Hitler stuff, and France stuff. So we'll just look in here. It's kind of going to be fun for if you like ephemera and war memorabilia. It's kind of fun. Propaganda. And then again with the ripped edges and different sewing, black, and this one's white. This page then is just all ephemera. It's talking about D-Day and the liberation of France, how their hopes have departed forever because he's off at war. And so there's just some tags, vintage library cards of romance novels, and this is a coin envelope. I just, you know, distressed it all up, and it flips like this. And then you can take this out, and there's more ephemera back here. This is some really nice, really old paper. Look, you can tell just by looking at it. It's just like amazing. And then this is something from the drugstore that I think, I don't know what this is. I thought it was from, you know, the drugstore where you get your pictures. Film. I don't know. I don't know what it is, I guess. But I thought it was for pictures. you know, like from the drugstore when you get your negatives and stuff. So I put family photos. You know, this is just like when he's gone to war. This is the mom's book. You know, just black and whites, newspaper articles, negatives, you know, just family stuff, you know, that she would have kept maybe, you know, the wife while he's gone to war. She's at home, you know. And so this talks, and this is a timeline, which is kind of fun, kind of a historical timeline in the 40s of like what happened with the, you know, D-Day and stuff. And then this is a clear pocket on here. So I put a 1929 old letter, another romance book, some more war propaganda and Hitler postcards and stuff from magazines and just different like things. And that all just tucks in there. That's kind of fun. I love the little tuck spot here. And it's a top tuck here. And this is brown paper. And again, with more of the war stuff. This was $20. I got it at oh, I forget the name of the place now. It's a swap meet. But these are old stamps. You know, German stuff. Here's another one that's got Hitler on it, and then some other, you know, stuff, war propaganda stuff. And so, and this is a flip up. And so the story goes that here's his commanding officer, and word is that the war is over and they're going home. So everybody's happy. They're going home, they're playing the music, they're having drinks, and everybody's resting. And they get to go home. Willie, we have missed you. Some more of the music happening. Some more of those weird tags again. Not weird, but gessoed or whatever. And so here he is going home. The dog came down the driveway to greet him. He's got his hat waving and his military suit still on and his bags. And he sees Jeannie up in the distance. He can't quite yet see her. She's under the tree and she's in the shadows. And this is another flip up, and it's on one of these old, this was a really old Montgomery Ward's magazine cover from the time there. So I Mod Podged over it to keep it, and then sewed around and used it for one of the pages just for funsies. So he's walking up the drive, right? Here's the other side of it. Another clear pocket with some more war memorabilia in it. Another one here. Pocket at the top with some more war stuff. Half page. Ooh, this is pretty. She's pretty. It's got pink cheesecloth in the back and lace and pretty pink flowers. And she's reaching over here because it flips open like this. Tsunami Rose ball jar. This my mom made, and then a couple little cute little tags with sewing around. Another tag here. Junk mail envelope, obviously, and it shuts if you want it to. This way. And then this was a nice musical. Here's a vellum coin envelope and two more little tags that match. Those ones, this has all been cleared gessoed, so there's like a little belly band there. I love this. More dishes, a cross stitch pattern. Love it. White thread. So remember, he's on his way home, and here he comes, walking up to the house now. The dog is jumping because here he comes right here, and now he sees Jeannie and a baby. So the whole time he's been gone at war, she was pregnant and had a baby. So his new wife and a baby, and this flips up so you can write. And so then I put a cool vintage photo here of a baby, vintage baby photo, which I just think is cool. And I just tucked it in here in this last spot with all this, so you can write in here, whatever, all the instruments. And here's the last page, another German envelope tuck spot here, just all kinds of stuff. Here's an envelope, one of these pretty vintage vase of flowers, and then this thing opens up this way and down this way and opens up this way, and it's got a slot, Tim Holtz slot here with all the ephemera. This opens, all kinds of tags, stuff and stuff, right? There. Hey, thanks for coming and watching with me. Watching my flip through this. I know it was epic. Humongous. But that was really fun. I don't often get to do stories, so that's pretty fun. So thanks for coming with me. This is listed in my Etsy shop for sale, and the link is in the description box right there. And I appreciate you coming in and seeing me. We'll see y'all later. Bye.